I don't know why, but sometimes I always marvel at the fact, like, even though it's clearly bright in my room, there's like an overshadowing my eyes, like I'm wearing a mask, kind of. It's kind of dope. Anyway, my low, my high, my act of kindness. Let's see. My low was, I mean, even though I felt that yesterday being Monday was better than Monday a week ago, eventually it still sort of felt that way, I guess. That kind of got annoying. My high was, I did get to spend some time with my dad yesterday. That was always really nice. And my act of kindness was I also got to see my grandmother, and well, that's also part of my high too. But again, I did some errands for her, which was very nice. Anyway, I guess another low that I have as well is the fact that I clearly went to bed at like 9:15. Like, I went to bed pretty early. And I wind up getting out of bed at 5:40 in the morning. So, literally almost 9 hours of sleep. And I still sort of, struggle to try and get out of bed because I'm just so comfortable, I guess it is what it is, and the fact is I'm here right now and I'm ready to go. It's actually like 20 after 6 in the morning. That's when I actually started this recording a couple minutes earlier, but, I wanted to start want to say at this time it's 6:20. Anyway, good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. A part of me was actually kind of regretting talking about Amphibia yesterday, to be honest. Because they probably could have talked a little bit more about One Piece. Specifically the manga chapter that I was reading. But at the same time, I really had to talk about Amphibia because, I don't know, I guess I'm just marveling at the fact, like, the season finale is upon us. And having seen some of the promotions for the finale, it's gonna be big. For sure. I think it's gonna be so big that worst case scenario, I'm gonna be feeling exactly how I felt after a reunion. And that's worst case scenario. So, my expectations are pretty high. Knock on wood that it remains that way. Although I have been contemplating, when it does get to the finale, I don't want to make the same mistake I made with Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, I've said this story before, but I could always share it again. Now, I grew up watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. So, needless to say, I love that show. In fact, no kidding, WatchMojo.com actually did a top 10 animated shows of all time, I think it was. Hold on, let me look it up again. Hold on. Yeah, no, Watch Mojo, you're supposed to take things with a grain of salt, but hold on, see. Watch Mojo top 10 cartoons. Okay, here we go. Here it is. It was the top 10 cartoons everyone needs to see at least once. That's what it was. And my screen got a little bit brighter. Cool. Anyway, it's the top 10 cartoons everyone needs to see at least once. Huh. And Avatar: The Last Airbender was number 1. Shocking, I know. Actually, pretty much every single cartoon on here is something I'd recommend. Even not all the cartoons are meant to be for kids. South Park and The Simpsons are on this list. That should tell you right there what kind of list this is. But there are shows that you need to see at least once. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. And I'm starting to slouch a little bit. There we go. Where was I? Right. And anyway, in the very end of Season 2 of Avatar Last Airbender, or Book 2 Earth, is what it was called. The finale ended up being something that I didn't want to see. And because of that, I wound up hating it rather than enjoying it and taking it for what it was. And it made things worse when I really wanted to know what happened next. And we had to wait one entire year before we got any new content. A lot can happen in a year, such as, I don't know, me forgetting that the show existed at one point during that year. I'm not kidding, that really happened. Of course, now that I'm older, wiser, and definitely more open to things, if the Season 2 finale of Amphibia winds up being anything similar to what we got in Avatar The Last Airbender, I won't make that same mistake. I'm going to definitely keep an open mind, enjoy it for what it is, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to have a lot to talk about when we get to it, for sure. For sure I'm going to have a lot to talk about. I can just see myself just gushing over like all the best scenes. Even if the ending winds up being not as good as I would want. I think the reason why I'm open to it really stems from the fact, like, when it came to Avatar, there was actually a certain way because I've been paying attention to the characters long enough. I've been with these characters long enough. I've been a fan of these characters long enough. I knew what I wanted to see. I paid attention to what I wanted to see. I want to know what happened next. I think it was going to happen next. Stuff like that. With Amphibia, though, I don't know where it's going to go. I really don't know. And that's why, in that regard, Amphibia is just a little bit better than Avatar. Because I could sort of put the pieces together as to what I wanted to see, and therefore I could predict what I want to see when the time comes. With Amphibia, I have no idea. This show is leaving me guessing, and I love it. A good show ought to make you do that. So, I'm definitely going in this Saturday, because that's when it's going to premieres on Saturday, with an open mind. And yeah, there we go. I think I said all I needed to say about that's all I got to say about that. Forrest Gump is a good movie. I don't think I ever shared this story either, but I've said that when I was a little kid, I really didn't like Forrest Gump at all. And I think it's about time I share the reason why. See, a little while before I saw the movie Forrest Gump, I, unfortunately, was at that age in my life where I had to ask myself any question that I could think of and ask any adult who may or may not know the answer. And so, I'm coming home from dinner. I'm sitting with my mom in the back because, we were in a family dinner. It was up at Kikuli. It was my brother and my grandfather and my grandmother, both on my father's side. My father's driving. My brother's in the middle back seat with my grandfather. And I'm in the back seat with my mother. And the thought had occurred, wait, death actually happens. And from what I've seen, what I've gathered, it's not a good thing. So basically, I came to the existential crisis that is, dying is scary and I don't want to do it. I remember just crying, my mom trying to comfort me. I was a mess. I was a complete and total mess. Holy cow. And so, now we get to the movie Forrest Gump, where literally all of the best characters die Like, seriously, Bubba dies, Mom dies, Jenny dies, not Jenny. Seriously, Forrest Gump spent, like, this long movie, like, trying to win the heart and affection of Jenny. Oh, technically, she always did love him, but, you know, not in that way. And she dies. Actually, did they ever specify how Jenny died? I know they specified that the mom died of cancer, and well, Bubba was obvious, you know, he got shot. I have no idea what Jenny's cause of death was. I'm gonna look it up, hold on. See if I can get it. Oh, that's right. Oh, cool. Okay. You know what? I figured as much. Okay. In Forrest Gump, Jenny died after suffering from an illness, but it was implied to be from HIV and AIDS. I'll tell you what, though, as a little kid, you're not going to get that, so went completely over my head. I mean, to be perfectly honest, during that time, I was also afraid of getting, like, every disease there is. Like, seriously, like, if I was sick at all, I'm like legit, like, I'm not like fake sick, not at all, like, legitimately sick, like, you know, fever, chills, coughing, sneezing, like, legitimately sick. I'm like, I hope I don't have, like, insert disease which has nothing to do with my sickness here. And then my mom's like, Nick, you don't have it. And I'm like, how do you know? Nick, I'm a nurse practitioner. Okay? If you had any of those things, believe me, I'd be able to figure that out right away. And I'd especially be able to help you a lot more than what I'm doing right now. Because, I mean, I want to make one thing clear. My mom did everything she could to help me whenever I was sick, for sure. Like, you know, she made sure I stayed in bed. You know, she gave me, you know, crushed up ice if I wanted. Stuff like that. Which, you know, that's great. But, I mean, she's always going to have that sense of worry. Every mother has that sense of worry, you know, for their kids. It makes you wonder. It actually almost makes you wonder, how terrified would she be if I had any of those things? Like, you know, HIV, AIDS, or diabetes, something that's obviously far more serious than, you know, the aforementioned symptoms I just mentioned, you know, fever, chills, cough, yada, yada, yada. I'm positive my mom would do all she could, if nothing else. I mean, she once had reassured me that if I was ever in an operation where I had to be put under, she would be there. Like, if anything, like, Nick, you kidding me? I'd be there in the room. She's a nurse practitioner, so I think she can do that. I mean, she can at least help out the doctor, I think. I think that's how it works. So, I like to think I'd be in pretty decent hands. Not like the greatest hands in the world, obviously, because no one can claim that title, but, you know, it's good enough. I wouldn't complain. Anyway, unfortunately, we're in that part of the boring week, the boring part of the week where nothing's really on, nothing's happening, and all we can really do is wait for the next episode of The Masked Singer tomorrow, which won't be until tomorrow night anyway. I mean, there's a couple things going on. I mean, some of the channels I watch on YouTube have new videos today. You know, Google, like, Sous Vide Everything, Binging with Babish, they always have stuff on Tuesdays. All Things Barbecue, I love that guy. Chef Tom, he's the man. Like, actually, also, Chef John from foodwishes.com, he'll have a video today. So, I shouldn't say nothing is going to be new today. But in terms of like big shows that are going on, you may need to look elsewhere for, some sort of content. Maybe you take this opportunity to watch some. I mean, a week ago I saw Arlo the Alligator. Of course, that's just simply because it streamed and things that stream are easy to find. I'll tell you what, from now on, if I see something new, I'll definitely do a video on that the next day for sure. Because I should. I guess now all I can say is, this is the final Tuesday of April. Seriously, literally every single day this week will be the last day until May 1st, which is Saturday. So, yeah, happy last Tuesday of April, and I hope it's a good one. Like, favorite, share, the subscribe button, follow me on social platforms, on YouTube. I'm very homely this video for all of you guys watching. Enjoy for today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And again, hopefully it's a wonderful last Tuesday of April. And remember, if you guys want to talk to me, I'm going to be here to lend you. Always have your back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.